Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Season 6 is finally here, and honestly, this might be the biggest shift we've seen in Marvel Rivals yet. The main update drops this Friday, January 16th, but keep in mind this is a phased rollout. The new map and the 1v1 club don't actually go live until January 29th. From the absolute chaos of Deadpool's release, to some massive system overhauls, there's a ton to cover. Today I'm going to give you a quick rundown on everything coming in Season 6. Let's dive in. First up, let's talk about the new hero. Deadpool is officially joining the roster, and he's unlike any hero we've seen before.
So now, I'm a duelist, and a vanguard, and a strategist. A Marvel 3-in-1, baby!
He's actually the first character to cover all three roles. You can play him as duelist, strategist, or a vanguard. Now don't worry, you can't have a full team of 3 Deadpools. You pick one role per match, and your choice buffs specific parts of his kit. He uses dual pistols and swords that you can swap between on the fly with left shift. The coolest part? He has an XP system. As you play and get kills, you level up a guidebook that lets you pick upgrades to make his abilities even crazier. He's going to be a complete game changer.
Now, no matter which way you play with me, as the battle rages on, yours truly will level up, just like those nerdy RPGs, gaining XP and upgrading abilities till I become a true server admin.
Now let's talk about the strategy here. Having a hero that can flex roles mid-match, or at least before the gates open, is a massive advantage for the solo queue players. If your team is being stubborn and won't pick a strategist, you can actually step up as Deadpool to fill that gap, without losing the fun factor. I'm really curious to see if the Vanguard health pool actually rivals someone like Hulk, or if he's more of a bruiser style tank. Let's look at the Deadpool handbook, because this is where the real depth is. Earning XP in matches allows you to pick permanent upgrades. Pistol upgrades, you go from 30 to 40 ammo, and every 5th hit launches a poop emoji projectile that explodes for AoE damage. Sword upgrades. Your hazardous hijinks dash, which usually has 3 charges, becomes infinite as long as you keep chaining it into nearby enemies. You're literally building a custom RPG kit every single game depending on what the team needs. Deadpool's ultimate, maximum effort, doesn't work like any other heroes. You don't just wait for a percentage to hit 100. Instead, you earn style points that build through tiers E, D, C, B, A, and finally S tier. The fancier you fight, meaning mid-air shots and chaining abilities, the faster it charges. When you pop the ult, you judge an enemy, spawning a mini Deadpool that bonks them every time they miss a shot. If you complete a specific skill challenge during the ult, you hit the jackpot. It essentially turns you into a server admin for 6 seconds. We're also getting a brand new convoy map, the Museum of Contemplation. This is set in the Collector's Menagerie. Expect a ton of Marvel Easter eggs hidden in the displays while you're pushing the payload. Visually it looks stunning, and it's going to be a fan favorite for the lore hunters. If you look closely at the displays, you'll see references to Cap Wolf, Throg, and even silhouette of Skull and Bloodstone in the background. There's even a T-Rex display that reportedly comes to life during the final push of the convoy. It's a literal nightmare at the museum experience, and the destructible environments here look like some of the most detailed work NetEase has ever done. There's also 2 big social features dropping this season. First, photo mode is finally here, letting you catch those cinematic shots on non-combat maps. But even cooler is the Clobbering Club in Times Square. This is a dedicated 1v1 duel arena. You can challenge friends or enemies, and if you spend a few units, your fight actually gets broadcasted on the giant screens in Times Square for everyone to watch. Talk about ultimate bragging rights. The 1v1 arena is actually amazing. For a long time we've had to use custom lobbies to settle beef, and being able to stream this in Times Square is actually hilarious. The hero proficiency system is getting a massive buff. The level cap is jumping to 70, and they've added way more rewards. We're talking free units just for playing your favorites, plus new animated nameplates and unstable molecule dynamic avatars. Specifically for Jeff, reaching those upper tiers unlock the cuddly Fuzzlefin animated nameplate, which is easily the most adorable thing in the game. And for Deadpool, his level 70 Lord avatar actually has him breaking the frame of the icon. It's super unique. If you're a completionist, these 70 levels are going to keep you busy for a long time. We've got a whole batch of new accessories, like a Jeff plush for Deadpool and a Storm plushie for Black Panther. But the team up changes are the real headline. Deadpool and Jeff have a hilarious combo where Jeff spits out a toy box that heals allies but distracts enemies with Deadpool's animations on their screen. Spidey and Penny also get a new web bomb ability, but the real game changer here is the new Penny and Spidey combo. When they team up, Peter gets a web bomb from Penny that starts a timer as soon as it's activated. Chuck it into the crowd for area damage and Spidey's tracers, or hold on to it until the timer ends to bag yourself 50 overheal and an extra web cluster charge. On the flip side, some old team-ups like Human Torch and Spider-Man are now being retired. A quick look at the meta. Hulk, Cap, and Iron Fist are getting buffs this season. However, if you're an Angela or Daredevil main, watch out, nerfs are incoming. The biggest surprise is a Namor rework. The devs want to make him less reliant on team-up abilities and stronger on his own. Digging deeper into these nerfs, the community has been vocal about Angela for a while. Her mobility was making her almost impossible to pin down in high rank play, so seeing her on the nerf list isn't a shock. As for the Namor rework, it's about time. Relying on specific teammates to be viable always felt a bit restrictive in a hero shooter. By buffing his hardcore abilities and decoupling them from team-ups, Namor might actually become a top tier solo carry pick again. It'll be interesting to see if his Octo turrets get a health buff or a damage tweak. We're also saying goodbye to Resource Rumble mode and the current Zombies PvE, but don't worry, a new PvE mode is confirmed for the first half of 2026. While we wait for that, the devs are temporarily removing Resource Rumble from the quick match rotation. They're currently reworking it to be a massive 18v18 mode, which sounds like an absolute mayhem. We're also seeing a shift where role passives for Vanguards are being tweaked to give them more resistance against crowd control, which should help Hulk and Cap feel much more tanky in Season 6. We got a peek at some new threads. Keep an eye out for Gladiator Mantis and a very cool Marauder Psylocke pirate skin. One more thing to keep on your radar is Elsa Bloodstone. Even though she's been slated for mid-season update, season 6.5, the teasers show her bringing a very different Monster Hunter vibe to the game. While Elsa's role isn't official yet, her comic-accurate rifles and pistols suggest she'll be a deadly duelist. Though some leaks suggest she might have strategist elements, her Bloodstone choker to buff her allies, she's expected to drop around mid-February in season 6.5, so keep your units saved up. Between her and the rumored X-Men vs Sentinels PvE mode coming later this year, the devs are clearly moving away from the multiverse focus and leaning more into specific iconic Marvel storylines. 2026 is looking like the year Marvel Rivals really finds its identity. And we can't talk about Season 6 without mentioning the leader of the X-Men himself, Cyclops. He's been teased so much in the promotional art and the new map trailers that it's pretty much an open secret he's coming soon. Whether he drops a mid-season surprise or the headliner for the next big update, the fact that he's finally showing up to lead the mutants in Rivals is massive. I bet he's going to be a high damage duelist with some serious crowd control on those optic blasts. If the rumors are true, his visor off ultimate will be a massive stationary optic blast that can melt entire teams. There's also talk of an optic propulsion movement ability where he fires at the ground to launch himself in the air, giving him much more verticality than we ever expected for Psych. If he really has a passive that outlines enemies for his team, he's going to be a top tier tactical pick. And for the college students out there, don't forget to re-verify your student email for the Season 6 college perks. NetEase is continuing the program where you get 10 free trial skins and MVP animations that rotate every season, which is a massive win if you're playing on a budget and want to test out some of the shop's premium cosmetics for free. That is the high-level look at Season 6. I'll be back soon with a full breakdown of Deadpool's specific abilities, so make sure to sub for that. What are you most excited for? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you on the next one.